Sorry about the last video ending again. I'm really getting annoyed here with the 15-minute thing they have Microsoft, but I guess I like to talk a lot. But we'll finish up here in this part of the Nicol Bolas Deck Tech, part 3. I was covering counter spells at the end of the second video, and I'll just continue where I left off. But I was going into the counter spell Dissipate. It's a 2 blue, 1 cost instant, or interrupt as it's called here, but essentially it counters the spell, removes it from the game. It's good for those things that we don't want to see recurring. Especially if somebody's going to play an Iona or something that we just want to get out of the game for altogether. We use Dissipate. Moving on, of course, we have this card. It costs a bajillion mana. This is Commandeer. It's 5 and 2 blue. It lets us go ahead and gain control of any target non-creature spell, and then when you choose new targets for it. However, where it's awesome is it can also be played for free by removing 2 blue cards in our hand from the game. I also like the versatility of the card too, because it's not countering anything, it lets us gain control of it. So you have somebody that is going to play an Exsanguinate and wipe the board, and you're tapped out, and so they think they're good to go. You just hold on to this bad boy, and then you take control of that Exsanguinate, and ta-da, you've won the game. Or somebody's going to play a Planeswalker, you have no counter spells in hand, you want that Planeswalker, well, your Commandeer will get you there. So Commandeer is great in this deck. Like I said, I don't see it play too much, but it's gotten me a lot of good scenarios going. Of course, you have Spelljack, which is a counter spell. It's 3 blue, 3 colorless. We counter target spell, and if it's countered this way, we remove it from the game. And then whenever we want, we can go ahead and play the card from exile. So Spelljack is a great counter spell with the ability for us to go ahead and play the spell that was countered. So that's why we run that. And then of course, Mindbreak Trap. Mindbreak Trap is good too because it lets us play it for free. If we need to, if our opponent casts 3 or more spells this turn, and it exiles any number of target spells on the stack. It's also really good for somebody that's trying to go ahead and to finish off the game with some infinite loop combo, and you're not ready for the game to end yet, so you're just like, nah, I'll play Mindbreak Trap. And you exile all their spells, and the game will still remain. So Mindbreak Trap's really good. And then of course, this one right here has a highlight. This is one of my favorite black cards, just because it's pretty much like a black counter spell is what I've used it for. It's Imps Mischief, and then of course it goes along with the Nicol Bolas flavor text because you've got the little Nicol Bolas quote there at the bottom. But Imps Mischief is a black colorless instant. Lets us change the target of any target spell within a single target. However, we do lose life equal to that spell's converted mana cost. Normally, like I said, I'll use this if I have to get in a counter war with somebody, and I'll just counter their own spell with their own counter. Or you can use this to reverse somebody's going to play Cruel Ultimatum on you. You're going to pay 7 life, but you're going to switch that Cruel Ultimatum back on them, and you'll just gain 5 life back and end up drawing cards anyway. So this card's awesome. That's the last card I had there. That concludes the Nicol Bolas Deck Tech for my creatureless build. Well, I shouldn't say creatureless other than Phage, and of course our general Nicol Bolas. But if you guys like this, go ahead and post your comments below. I actually have a lot of EDH decks. This is the first video I've done, and depending on the reception, I may consider posting the rest of them, including my competitive to more non-competitive decks. But alright, thank you and have a good night, guys.